Well, this is the new edition. This is a 2016 250L, CRF 250L. I seen that thing sitting in the bike shop there. I had no intention of buying a motorcycle there, but I tell you what, just too good of a deal, and I couldn't pass it up. It's got 6,000 miles on it. It's used. But, you know, and I had no intention of buying the CRF. I rode the 300Ls and didn't like them. They just, it's what I always say about bikes. It just didn't fit. And I'd read a couple of reviews on the 300L, and one guy, he had the CRF 250L, and he had the 300L. And he said there was a big difference in the 300L over the 250L, okay? And he's right. I rode the 300L and was not impressed. Didn't like it. I rode the 300L Rally and was not impressed. Didn't like it. Everybody says, well, they got an increase in power. Well, this is a 250. And as far as power goes, this thing here, as far as I'm concerned, of course, I didn't really get on it real hard, but this thing here has got just as much power, if not the same amount of power as the 300. Felt like to me. But anyway, this bike to me, it's a 250. And like I said, let me just go over a couple features with you real quick. See that rack? That was on the bike, okay? Look at that skid plate. That's probably at least 3/16, maybe a 1/4 inch thick aluminum, okay? And that's a good skid plate. It's got these, what they call Rivas fucking bark busters, okay? Them's on there. Plus, it's got this stainless steel exhaust. And get a load of this. It's a beast. Anyway, it had all these extra features on there, all this extra stuff. Had 6,000 miles, and a guy traded it in. He got something different. And I know why he traded it in, and he's going to be mad when he finds out the reason why he traded it in. I know why he traded it in. Because I discovered that just now. This is the first time I rode it. Just got it yesterday. And the reason why he traded it in is because it didn't want to go into neutral. Okay? Stop and think about that. What's 99% of the time, the reason why a bike don't want to go neutral is a simple little adjustment. Right here, you can see it underneath that, whoop, door shut on me. Get some light back in here. Okay, right here is your clutch adjustment. It takes slop out of clutch, out of cable. So now I've got just very little slop in it. Before I had a lot of slop, okay? This is what you slop. See that? See that? Oh, you can see that, but it just, and there the clutch is disengaged. And that thing was backed out to where you just almost had to pull the clutch all the way in. For what was going on, it wasn't completely and totally disengaging like it should. So I'm assuming that's the reason why the guy traded in there, because he was having a hard time going into neutral. And what happens a lot of times is every once in a while you need to check that adjustment, because sometimes they do come loose, and when they do, they always vibrate in. They never vibrate out. So you always got to check your adjustment. But anyway, this is my take on the CRF 250L. This thing is a 250. Oh, and I forgot. This is a seat concept seat. Look at that. That's a $300 seat. That's probably at least $100 skid plate. Probably at least $300 exhaust. And I don't know what those brush guards cost. They probably cost $100. So and plus the racket's probably 80, whatever. So anyway, there's a lot of accessories on this bike. This bike was priced at $44.95, $4,500, and I just couldn't pass it up. I seen it, and like I said, I rode the 300L and didn't like it. Rode the 300L Rally and didn't like it. And I never rode this bike, but just something just told me, said, buy it, you're going to be more than satisfied, you're going to be happy with it. So I did. I followed the whim and I bought it. There's my XT250. My XT250 I have a lot of fun on, but my XT250 compared to the CRF 250L, there's a difference between night and day. The Honda is almost twice as fast, almost twice as peppy, and it's a lot smoother delivery. I love my XT, but this thing here, the power delivery is a lot smoother, it's a lot easier, and it seems like it's got more horsepower. This 250 is a 250 that thinks it's a 450. It runs great. It's a 6-speed transmission. So this is going to be my new small lightweight adventure bike when I want to do just small light easy hops and all this kind of stuff. But with that seat on there, I bet you I could do a 300-mile ride on the thing real easy with a 6-speed transmission, running up 55, 60 mile an hour. Ain't no big deal. You run 60 mile an hour on the XT with a 5-speed transmission and you're revving that motor up. But this thing here, I don't know. So I bought a CRF 250L, and right now, my opinion of it, I love it. It is great. But I'm a bike person, and I'm an enduro man. So, and I, on one of my last videos, I showed you my old Cruiser. Well, that Cruiser's been sitting for about 5 years, and I hate to see the thing sit anymore. So I traded in. Got a pretty decent trade in. So this thing here is what I traded it for, and I got no complaints. I got my Tenere from my cruising. I got my XT for my little short excursions when I want to go out there and explore. I got this thing here when I do a little bit longer rides and jacking around. Got my XR 650 when I just want to get out there and just have fun. So, this thing here, the big disadvantage to this thing, it's a disadvantage, but it's an advantage. And the reason why I say that, because the big disadvantage, it weighs 319 pounds. Okay. It's a little bit heavy, but it's not too heavy where you can't handle it. It's got enough power to handle the weight. So, but if a person was out there and riding trails, it'd be great, and it's going to have a better ride to it. And same way with on the road. Actually, it's going to probably ride pretty good on the road as far as wind and all that stuff. And one of the big differences I noticed between this and the 300L, the 300L seemed like the suspension was a little bit soft. On this thing here, it's not. It didn't feel soft to me at all. It felt just about right. The ride was good, but the ride wasn't soft. So anyway, so I got a new one in my stables, CRF 250L, and I can just see right now it's going to be a blast. An update on my XR. I did order the shortening link for it. It should be here next week, and I do have the seat concept seat I got to put on there. Excuse me, because I really like that seat. I'm gonna tell you. I always thought these people were all full of shit as far as, saying, seat concepts or whatever the case may be. But this thing here, it's got me sold. It is worth every penny of it. This seat here, it is 10 times more comfortable than any seat I've ever had as far as on an enduro or a dual sport. So the seat concepts, I gave you a thumbs up. They are good seats. They are good seats. This thing here is comfortable. Of course, I haven't got a chance to do a lot of long riding because it's cold on Well-Digger's ass right now, and so I just jacked around a little. But anyway, that was the first ride I got on this thing. I rode probably 6-7 miles, which it's cold out here. CRF 250L, I give it a thumbs up. And I tell you what, as far as I'm concerned, this is just my opinion. when Honda went from the CRF 250L to the CRF 300L, I think they screwed up because I got reading on that, and what they did was they changed everything on the 300L to meet European EPA standards, and it's just, you know, their standards. They don't have EPA, but there's standards. And I tell you what, they're getting carried away this shit. A motor, if it runs right and breathes good, it's going to put out less pollution than something that you just dogged up and smogged up. It's like, you know, it's a no-brainer. But anyway, and if you don't believe me, sit there and breathe, okay? And then take a plastic bag and wrap it over your head there and see how long you can breathe. If you can't get there, you're going to be choked up. Machine's the same way, okay? It's a no-brainer. All right, or you don't put the bag over your head. That's stupid. But have somebody just choke you a little, and you'll see what I'm saying. So, I don't know, it's stupid. But anyway, CRF 250L. Hey, I'm waiting for another good season of riding, and I've got a lot of places I want to go. And it's like I told the wife, this bike here, I want to do part of the Trans-American Trail. And this is the bike I'm going to do it on. This bike here is already set up. It's already got everything, and it'll be the bike that I'll take on the Trans-American Trail. And I want to do that. So, but anyway, I guess that's enough now. I just want to show you my new 250. Like I said, it's a 250. It thinks it's a 450. That thing runs like a 450. It's an amazing. But anyway, you gotta try it. I know you like it. But anyway, I guess that's enough of that. Hey, ride safe, ride free.